Hey guys, welcome back to Life Happens. I am here currently on the beach of Nha Trang, and it is a lovely place because it is actually kind of the middle of the day. It's almost 1:30, and the great thing about the middle of the day here, unlike in America, there are not a whole lot of people at the beach, which is fantastic. It's not crowded at all, mainly because a lot of people here, they don't like to get a tan. They want to stay as white as possible. They don't because over here, being lighter skinned means that you're a wealthier person. You don't work out in the sun and direct heat and all that. So here, getting a tan is a bad thing. It's it's not preferable. So actually, people over here, when they go to the beach, they normally go at like 6 in the morning, believe it or not, which is not as early as you think it is, because it's not like America. Here the sun rises at like 5 o'clock. It rises really early, so by 6 o'clock it is like fairly bright. So people come here earlier in the morning, when the sun is like low on the horizon, so they don't get a tan. And people can do that and go to the beach, shower off, and then head off to work, especially if you work and live like right behind the beach here. It's absolutely possible. Some people do that every day. They even come back here to go to the beach and shower after work as well. They shower here twice a day, and that doesn't seem like such a half bad life. Though to be fair, working here, you're not going to make a whole lot of money, but it's actually quite nice. The wind is blowing pretty nicely. It may be the rainy season, but man, the clouds are pretty sporadic. Let me show you guys. Pretty much not a single rain cloud in the sky. Everything is nice and bright. If you have a look on that island right there, it's called Vin Pearl, and that's actually an amusement park. And let me see if I can zoom in on it. Let's see. If you look over there, that is actually a gondola ride all the way to the island, and that's the only way to get there. If you want to go to that, I don't know if you want to call it an amusement park. I do not believe it's a water park, is it? I think it's just an amusement park. But yeah, the gondola ride, I think the gondola ride takes actually quite a while. You're gonna need to spend quite a bit over there, but amusement parks really aren't my thing, but it is available here. If you can tell, let me go over here real quick. Nha Trang is the place to go if you like water sports, and I'm not even talking about. But yeah, if you like water sports, from scuba diving to snorkeling to kite sailing and any of those things really, come to Nha Trang, because that is the place to go. There are a lot of companies who do that, and kind of right here, where that the sign and the tubing and everything is, you can just go there and ask them how much for a lesson. Like seriously, some of this stuff you don't even have to book. It's just available right on the beach. Obviously, you can look online and find companies that'll book things for you and plan things out. But if you don't know if you want to do it or not, you don't want to book ahead for any reason, you can just come here and ask them, and it's a pretty open place, and they do lessons. Absolutely. You do not have to be well, you've never had to have done it before. You can be a complete novice, and they have classes from the very beginning to teaching you safety and everything else. But yeah, behind me, well, the problem with this is the beach goes down pretty far. There are multiple areas like this where there are just loungers and umbrellas and everything for people to use. So the beach actually goes down for quite a ways, and especially during the middle of the day, it's comparatively to most other places, incredibly empty. And if you enjoy that, if you don't want like a giant crowd walking amongst hundreds of people, this is definitely way better than places like, let's say in Europe, where in the middle of the day you're really fighting the crowd. Over here, it's not bad at all, and it almost feels like there are more tourists here than people who are normally here, because this area has a large population of Russians and Chinese, and you'll hear that quite a bit. There are actually quite a few Russians here. Most of them actually live here, but obviously because there's a large population, a lot of people come here for vacation and all that, and the streets are actually pretty full. The streets are very full, despite this being the rainy season. And as you can tell here, you can just sit here and people will come around with food and drinks. Sometimes at night they'll even bring seafood with a grilling station that they bring with them, and they grill right on the beach, and they sell lobster and crab to you. It's actually fantastic. Though to be fair, when you buy stuff like that, you never really know how well, fresh it is. Because normally the crab and lobsters that they sell on the beach are already dead. So it could be from that morning, or it could be from yesterday, before yesterday, So if you're gonna do that, just make sure that they cook it really well. I'm not saying avoid it by all means. Like, the thing is, if everyone got sick from doing that, it wouldn't be happening. Like, seriously, the word gets around, everything else, it just wouldn't happen. So to actually get sick off of that, especially once it's cooked properly, is the chances are pretty low. So don't be afraid of stuff like that. Sometimes it may look unsanitary or whatever, but sometimes you just gotta live life a little bit, and it is generally going to be cheaper than a restaurant, obviously. And it's not just at the beach, but if you walk like on the main roadway with all the shopping and the hotels are, at night, especially at night, there's going to be a lot of people on the streets selling stuff like that, and even cooking, grilling directly on the street. It's you get street food even in a higher, I don't know if I want to call it a higher end, but it's not really. But the places with the fancy hotels, the 3 to 5 stars. But we are in the south end of Nha Trang right now, which has a lot more tourists. Let's say all the big hotels are over here. If you go further north, over there, you don't see very many large buildings, and most of them are like apartments and stuff. So if you go to the north of Nha Trang, you'll get a lot more local stuff. You'll get really good street food. You'll get more of the grunge, let's say, the nitty-gritty of the city. If you stay in the south area, it's very touristy, and different things for different folks. If you prefer that kind of stuff, just want to let you guys know where to go. If you want the slightly more real experience, go to the north end. You'll be driving past a bridge if you're driving right on the coast. Once you pass that bridge, it kind of changes a little bit, and you'll notice immediately. There will be, and if you go up there, like especially right now, there'll be almost no one on the beach. Over here, there's still some people, but not exactly crowded either way, especially during the middle of the day. And I can't tell you guys how crowded it is during peak season, because again, this is monsoon season after all, so can't really make that comparison. But it's a really, really beautiful and nice place. The reason I'm kind of lounging here and talking is because I don't have my gimbal with me. I do not want the barf bag filming. I don't want to do shaky cam, so I'm just kind of sitting here giving you guys some advice. But yeah, very, very nice place. Huge beach. Like seriously, it's the entire city is essentially beach, because it's a long, thin city right down the beach. So, and not only that, but if you can see in the distance there are a lot of boat tours and everything. There are islands dotted all around, and if you want to take any tours to those stuff, it's going to be more remote. it'd be a nice experience. But obviously, for that kind of stuff, I implore you to look ahead of time. That way, you know what you're doing, get yourself into, because you never know how long that stuff will take. Some of them are all-day tours, and you don't really want to plan like an all-day tour at the last minute. But yeah, really, really great area, and if you're into high adrenaline activity or just lounging at the beach, it's absolutely beautiful over here. Obviously when it's not thunderstorming. Oh, they go around selling everything. They absolutely go around selling everything. Sunglasses, apparently. Sunglasses over there. I think I'm pretty safe because I am filming, so I think that keeps me safe from people coming up trying to sell me things. People generally try to avoid that. So hey guys, that's a number one tip here. If you pretend you're filming, or at least do it, you can keep the peddlers away if you don't feel like being disturbed. So yeah, they usually go to the people around me, but so far they've all skipped me, which is actually quite nice, to be honest. But it will happen, so just look like you're not interested. Well, actually, never mind, that doesn't really work. They'll still come by. But yeah, have a camera out or something, and if they don't want to be on film, they won't come by.
I think back to all the better days when I used to be young and free. I remember her like it was yesterday. She was so beautiful to me. In my mind sometimes I'll run away to this time back in history. She reminds me of the summertime, way back in 2003. Hey, she was a cutie in a sundress. I told her I just had to confess, I got a crush on you, darling. Them long tan legs got me falling. And I know we just met, yeah. But I heard that love at first sight ain't a myth. Oh no, yeah. I wanna take you out on a dance floor, girl. I wanna hear you screaming out for some more, girl. I wanna do something that they call crazy, call you my baby, my pretty lady. I wanna be with you until we're fucking 80. I wanna watch the sunset with you daily. Keep my baby safe as we live, always chasing. Hearts racing when I'm with you, I'm just saying. Back to all the better days when I used to be young and free. I remember her like it was yesterday. She was so beautiful to me. In my mind sometimes I'll run away to this time back in history. She reminds me of the summertime, way back in 2003. I've been chilling on the coast with my homegirl, with palm trees and the time moving slow, girls. Back to my place, hey, you can call it home, girl. Pina coladas on tap, we alone, girl. I want a piece of you, you want a piece of me. Ray-Bans on, gotta block out the heat. I love your smile too, I've never felt so free. Bring it on, girl, work that body here to me. And I know that summer only lasts 3 months, yeah. We got the whole world, travel with me, girl. And we'll never stop chasing the sun. That's right. On the run, we ain't done till we find what we want. So we can stop anytime we want. Cause we on the run, we ain't done till we find what we want. But I already found the one. I think back to all the better days when I used to be young and free. I remember her like it was yesterday. She was so beautiful to me. In my mind sometimes I'll run away to this time back in history. She reminds me of the summertime, way back in 2003.